the city of the sun. You could have stayed, it's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through colored glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Today is January 21st, 2024. It is 4:11 a.m. This is video number 2. Video number 1 is on our part of Pure Service, and that video I had more clips of the event, Living Legend of Aviation, more clip from the inside and some interviews, Harry's speech and all of that. So go to that channel to see these things. So here, what we're gonna focus on, okay, so these were from my last video, our part of Pure Service. Now I have 13 tweets I want to share with you. These are more like gossip, royal vat kind of things that I came across. And then my next video will be on our Pure Team Sussex. Okay, so that will be 4 tweets, but let's focus on these now. All right, these, all of these. All right, so this is, before I go on, let me copy the link so I don't bring this back up. This is my back end on PYTE channel. It's demonetized. All right, so 3,474 subscribers. Some new subscribers, welcome, and those who came back, welcome, I guess. All right, so let's look at this here. I want to keep track of these numbers. Why every time I click on it, it always take a while? Let's refresh. Okay, so 2,246 public watch hours. Before, when I started putting new videos here, it was close to 4,000, and then the following day it went down, and then we are here. All right, so I need at least 4,000. All right, so let's go on Twitter. This is the first tweet. Voyovat. Let's see here. Okay, living legend of aviation. Prince Harry is loved. All right, so let's see here. Okay, living legend of aviation. One of the best night ever. Living legend of aviation award here in Los Angeles. Tonight with Prince Harry inducted into the living legends. He gave a very eloquent and heartfelt speech about his flying career, utterly inspiring. Very proud of him as a fellow Brit and his pantheon of American pilot, engineers, entrepreneur, and visionaries. It was a brilliant evening and frankly makes a mockery of the mean-spirited sniping in the British press. Events like this are part of the flourishing culture of aviation in this country. I will try to put part of his speech here. I didn't get the entire thing, but whatever I was able to see, I'll try to insert some here. It was very good.
Tell me what your first flight was and where it was, and maybe any detail you're willing to share.
Good evening, everybody. Unfortunately, I can't. It's classified.
Well,
No, sorry, that was a bit rude. I think I was maybe 7 or 8 years old, Wessex helicopter, and I jumped into it, very excited. And then my father jumped in behind the controls, and I was terrified. Out on that probably every single night. But look at us now. It's great. So if we're not going to dance together, we'll fly together. That's it. Thank you. We're done. I'd like to start with a heartfelt thank you to the living legends of aviation for this incredible honour, and to my fellow honorees, congratulations. I'm proud to be recognised amongst such a dynamic and inspiring group of individuals. For me, flying has been a transcendent experience, a close encounter with magic, an invitation to both protect freedom and to feel free, and, funny enough, an opportunity to ground oneself without actually being grounded. I found my flight training, which was over the course of 3 years, to be one of life's greatest lessons. In this lesson, it triggered a vast array of feelings. I remember the anticipation before my first solo flight in a Firefly, the disbelief that my instructor would dare to have the confidence in sending me up by myself. Has he really taken all the risks into account here? I remember feeling surprised and somewhat relieved when I returned to terra firma in one piece. To the average person, it would have looked like the most mundane flight in the history of aviation. To perfect the hover, and then immense satisfaction in doing so. I felt pride in receiving so many moments as a pilot where you feel like you're walking on air. And yet throughout each flight during my military career, the one constant was always trust. Trust in the aircraft, trust in my fellow comrades, trust in my many mentors, and above all else, trust in myself. Flying taught me the power of discipline, the power of patience, and beyond that, the power of trusting your gut. And while this award recognizes the achievements of individuals, it is important to remember that aviation only advances by celebrating each and every person, from design and factory floor to mechanics and safety staff. All these individuals are the true living legends of aviation in my book, because without them, we'd never leave the ground. Their passions,
Wow.
opening doors for others along the way. Let them taste the magic of flight that we've been lucky enough to experience ourselves. Thank you again for this incredible honor. Have a great night.
It was very powerful. Right, living legend of aviation iced the British media completely out. This is America. British media dogs Voyavoda, Voyovat, Royal family. Y'all can kick rocks with the mean-spirited BS. Okay, to the big freeze. There's that here. Okay, what is it? Living legend of it. Oh, there's someone that says something. I blocked her. Alright, I blocked her, so it's not there. Okay, living legend of aviation. The royal voter, British media, they remember New York City. Okay, because the person that I blocked, that I made that response to, was saying that he was a coward for not going in the front entrance. Alright, so, and I was like, there's a reason for that. Alright, so that's an ad. So let's go to the next tweet. And still focusing on the royal voters. Okay, let's pause. That's a GIF. I wonder how many of the toxic British media rodents flock to Los Angeles to catch a glimpse to the most relevant royal couple, only to get nothing. There's that here, the GIF. The squad are just making fun. The clown, laughing my ass off. The accuracy. Alright, they went there to see Meghan and got nothing. I love this for them. The Derangers are so mad that Meghan didn't go. I mean, these people are crazy. They literally need help. Alright, they mocking her, they making fun of her, they doing all sort of stuff, and yet they're following. I mean, in one video, I believe it's on this channel, PYTE, where I look at the word, was it terrorist? Okay, this has to be the closest. Okay, I think somebody won. I look up the word terrorist and the meaning of it and all of the action that correspond to the word. This is full-blown crazy. Okay, I love this for them. The Derangers are so mad that Meghan didn't go. There's the laugh. Okay, Bagrid did the work for everyone. There's the laugh here. Bless their heart. They got Harry with his true authentic self. No airbrush, Photoshop, just simply Harry. Alright, so there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, I think I spoke about what is it, where he's looking around surveying. I talk about this, and I think on our Port of Pew service video, there was a security in front of him. He has to be on the lookout, because these people, look at this, they calling him name, they saying he doesn't deserve this, they want everything negative for him, so he has to be on the lookout for himself. Alright, so there he is. What's wrong with that? I saw the picture, so what's wrong with that? Okay, he looks the same. That's what I see too. Okay, I wish y'all just say the N-word and stop all the sugar talk. Stop being a effing coward and say it with your chest. Okay, what is that? Alright, so this I share it on Appew Team Sussex, where they had their headlines ready, but Meghan didn't show up. They only edit the bigger part, but the smaller part they just they forgot to change it. Okay, and still got it wrong. Shaking my head. Alright, so there's this part here. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were spotted at the ceremony. Meghan never showed up. Okay, Harry arrived without Meghan. This is the part where they edit. Harry arrives without Meghan at Living Legend of Aviation Awards amid royal health drama. I've read something, but I don't know if it's accurate. Okay, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle look glamorous as they arrive at the 21st annual Living Legend of Aviation Award, where the Duke of Sussex is being honored. Meghan didn't even show. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. My goodness, these people are really, there's something wrong with them. Next tweet is only 6 seconds here. Me scrolling through UK media coverage of the Living Legend event. 6 seconds. She looks so cute. She looks so cute. Anyways, Kitty Hawk released the HD images. Such an appropriate meme. There's that here. That's an ad. Piers Morgan was in California 2 weeks prior, but never had access. What a loss. Okay, Sussex squad on Welcome to Pettyville. Okay, I don't know whose child is this, but she is adorable. I think so too. It deserves them, right? She's so sweet. There's the laugh. Okay, so let's go to the next one. So this video is gonna focus mostly on the royal rats kind of topic. Next one. Okay, they're begging. Alright, so there's that here. Let's focus on that only. I don't want to go up there. I think that slim down was said in a day when there were a few more people to make that seems like a justifiable comment. She has said of her brother's one-time policy for his reign. I'm not quite sure what else we can do. For Ingrid, whose new book about the late Queen and King Charles is out next. Okay, I need to block these names here. I don't want to promote it. Okay, it's out next month. This week has highlighted the vulnerability of those in the top job. This is not a constitutional crisis, far from it, said Seward, who is editor-in-chief of the magazine, but it does leave the underbelly of the royal family somewhat exposed. Before the Duke and Duchess of Sussex relinquished their royal duties, they could have stepped up, providing the youth and glamour the Prince and Princess of Wales have lent to royal engagement. What? But Harry, knowing what we know now, Harry didn't really want to leave. He wanted to stay and help them, but like Harry said in his book,
The private secretaries began to address Granny about the 5 options. Your Majesty, you've seen the 5 options? Yes, she said. We all had. They'd been emailed to us. 5 different ways of proceeding. Option 1 was continuance of the status quo. Meg and I don't leave. Everyone tries to go back to normal. Option 5 was full severance. No royal role, no working for Granny, and total loss of security. Option 3 was somewhere in between, a compromise, closest to what we'd originally proposed. I told everyone assembled that, above all, I was desperate to keep security. That was what worried me most, my family's physical safety. I wanted to prevent a repeat of history, another untimely death like the one that had rocked this family to its core 23 years earlier, and from which we were still trying to recover. I'd consulted with several palace veterans, people who knew the inner workings of the monarchy and its history, and they all said option 3 was best for all parties. Meg and I living elsewhere part of the year, continuing our work, retaining security, returning to Britain for charities, ceremonies, events. Sensible solution, these palace veterans said, and eminently doable. But the family, of course, pushed me to take option 1. Barring that, they would only accept option 5. We discussed the 5 options for nearly an hour. At last, the bee got up and went round the table, handing out a draft of a statement the palace would soon be releasing, announcing implementation of option 5. Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show? No answer.
Remember, for the future, Harry, right now, as I'm doing this recording, this podcast, Harry and Meghan are alive. Okay? I don't want to hear later on, like the other guy did regarding the Lilibet name saying the queen this, the queen that. All of those people who have issues with Harry's book, Spare. I don't know if there's going to be another one. But for the first one, Spare, that came out on January 1st, is it 2020, 22 or 23? January 10th, 2023. Anybody who have anything to say should come out and say it now. So there could be some back and forth, when was said, how it was said. Harry put it out, nobody else came out. Those who came out, behind the pub, all sort of other thing. Okay? Harry said what he had to say. Where he needs to name names, he put them out there. So anyone from the future who decided to come back and said this and said that, they're irrelevant. Okay, right now, all the parties besides the Queen and Prince Philip, who are no longer there, and the Queen was alive when the book came out, so nobody said anything. Okay, so that's that. Why did I bring that up? Before the Duke and Duchess of Sussex relinquished their royal duty, they could have. Okay, so the reason I brought it up is that Harry did not want to leave. It's them who already made the decision. They already had the drafted paper, what they were going to say to the public regarding, as it option 5 or something like that, where they had to leave. Okay, so the palace made its own choice. Harry tried to work with them, but they did not want to work with Harry.
Barring that, they would only accept option 5. We discussed the 5 options for nearly an hour. At last, the bee got up and went round the table, handing out a draft of a statement the palace would soon be releasing, announcing implementation of option 5. Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show?
No answer.
So Harry's doing his own thing. He has to live his life.
The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. It was so many months of talks after so many years of challenges. And I know I haven't always gotten it right, but as far as this goes, there really was no other option.
Okay, in a world obsessed with youth and beauty, the royal family have relied on William and Catherine to lend a bit of royal stardust to events without the Sussexes, regardless of their unpopularity. What universe are they living in? Unpopularity, it exposes the vulnerability of those in the top job. Phil Dampier, veteran royal reporter, points out that another pair of hands in the firm will take the pressure off the King and Prince of Wales, who have much work behind the scenes as each gets to grips with new roles, including the running of the Duchy of Cornwall. That's their problem, because Harry was never there to inherit any of this. He bring a smart person to help them.
I know the fact that she'll be really unbelievably good at the job part of it as well is obviously a huge relief to me, because she'll be able to deal with everything else that comes with it. But no, you know, we're a fantastic team. We know we are, and we hope to, you know, over time try and have as much impact for all the things that we care about as much as possible.
I am very excited about that, yeah.
And Meghan, given your acting and the profile you had, you'd already been involved in various causes, you've been an ambassador for UN Women. What about this new role? I mean, you're going to have a bigger platform, a bigger voice. What do you want to do with it?
I mean, I think what's been really exciting as we talk about the transition of this out of my career but into the role is that, as you said, the causes that have been very important to me, I can focus even more energy on, because very early out of the gate, I think you realize once you have access or a voice that people are willing to listen to, with that comes a lot of responsibility, which I take seriously. And at the same time, I think in these beginning few months and now being boots on the ground in the UK, I'm excited to just really get to know more about the different communities here, smaller organizations who are working on the same causes that I've always been passionate about under this umbrella. And also being able to go around to the Commonwealth. I think it's just the beginning of a...
There's a lot to do.
Really?
There's a lot to do.
Okay, and they suppose, I don't know how they pay the working royals, but they were willing to work, and then this is how they treat them. So at some point, their mental health come first. And it's very sad to see that Harry, throughout his life, he was dealing in this kind of toxic environment in the UK. It's when they pass it on to his wife, and he said enough is enough. Right? The late Queen was very much hoping Harry and Meghan would be her biggest ambassador in the Commonwealth.
Now being boots on the ground in the UK, I'm excited to just really get to know more about the different communities here, smaller organizations who are working on the same causes that I've always been passionate about under this umbrella. And also being able to go around to the Commonwealth. I think it's just the beginning of a...
There's a lot to do.
Really?
There's a lot to do.
Was very much hoping Harry and Meghan will be her biggest ambassador in the Commonwealth, that they will be able to take up a lot of the overseas visit, he said. They will have gone down a storm everywhere from Canada to New Zealand and the Caribbean countries. They will have done a fantastic job, and it will have taken a lot of pressure off William and Kate. But the thing is that, let's not forget, when was this written? Let's not forget. Everything that Harry and Meghan were doing, they did the work so well. It shed spotlight, and they were front page and all of that. The others, William and Kate, were jealous of that. And then they went beyond to sabotage Harry and Meghan's relationship. So what are they talking about? Harry wanted to remain and work, but they didn't want that. So it's not Harry's problem. Harry was willing to do all of this. Okay, they will have done a fantastic job, and it will have taken a lot of pressure off William and Kate, who wouldn't have to do all the heavy lifting, and Charles and Camilla, who are still having to take these long-haul flights at the age of 75 and 76. They should have thought about that when they were trashing. Look at this. They're still doing it. it's not like they stop. Look at last week. As of January 21st, 2024, last week, okay, let's see here, from January 14th to the 20th, I would say, or even the week prior, all right, they were trashing, where was I? They were trashing Harry's 2-year-old daughter, okay, regarding a name. Okay, Harry had already said he got permission from the Queen when the Queen was alive. Okay, but now that the Queen is dead, all of a sudden is a big issue. But none of the royal put a stop to this nonsense. Alright, so they should have thought about all of this. And then they're not stopping. That's the thing here. They're not stopping. This is where our prayers come to prevent their BS to reach the Sussexes, the family. The Sussexes family. Okay, Harry and Meghan could have taken up a lot of that slack, and now that's gone. That's not Harry and Meghan's problem, because they were willing to do that, but the others thought they were bigger than whatever the courtiers, their helpers were putting in their head, like the biggest stuff that ever happened into this world. People love them. They're the biggest rock star, whatever. They believe it, but they're freaking cold as hell. They can't even stand next to anybody. So nobody wants to deal with that robot. The past weeks, he said, has highlighted how thin on the ground the royal family now are. I don't understand why the Sussexes will have felt they were second best. They didn't think that way. They already know their position. Especially when, for Meghan's part, Harry already knew. Okay, this is already given. Harry already knew he was a spare. Look at this. He titled his book Spare. He knew, he accepted it, and he was willing to do that. Meghan also understood that position. Why I said that? When all 4 of them were on stage, that I think they were about to get married and all of that, Meghan said something like she doesn't mind being in the background. Okay? She literally told them that.
I mean, I think that knowing that I've just been here for 3 months, right? And in that amount of time, but with that said, for me, it's very important to, once you hit the ground running, even if you're doing it quietly behind the scenes, which is what I've focused my energy on thus far. For me, it's very important to, once you hit the ground running, even if you're doing it quietly behind the scenes, which is what I've focused my energy on thus far, is meeting with the right people, meeting with the right organizations behind the scenes quietly, learning as much as I can so that I can maximize the opportunity we have here to really make an impact.
Jeez. These people think people forget. Okay, for the palace, things remain under control. The king will carry on working. His heir will be back to the day job once the princess is safely home and healing. They fervently hope to be out of the rolling news cycle. They just want to get on with the job. Okay, so why you keep on mentioning and including Harry and Meghan? Harry and Meghan doing their own thing. Okay, palace sources have repeated. Flying Prince Harry told his Hollywood aviation friends help him to feel free. There is a world in which he could hop on a plane to see his father and sister-in-law in a time of need. No one is holding their breath. Okay, so Harry is not a doctor where he will do some special magic that doctors in the UK cannot perform. Alright, so they want him to come back so they could trash him again. And then for him to not be able to be recognized by the award he just received. So everybody is in the right place. And let's not forget as well, when his father decided, okay, to break the agreement that they had at the St. Dream, okay, the 1-year review where they will have their security, his father removed the security before that 1 year, and then his father did not want to pick up his phone. Let's not forget about that, okay? And then put him in danger. And did his father call him when there was a chase in New York as well to see how he was doing? Jesus Christ. Okay, even when they beg, they still take a swipe. Second best. Harry and Meghan keep you second best magic on the North American continent. Let their best figure it out. Exactly. Okay. The text look very small. Okay, I'm cracking up reading all this pity begging crap. I can see the tears dropping on the keyboard as they were typing. This clear acceptance of Harry from Hollywood elites have shocked both palaces and their voter PR arms to the absolute core. I mean, this is just childish. childish mindset. Who cares? But this is what they take. This is what they feel like. You know, the separation of things. This is why they have social class. They're the top here. I mean, it seems like they don't even recognize their social class anymore. Okay, and they have the commoners and whatever below that. But they crave the UK, not all the people in the UK, but the royal family, okay, with their peanut brain of a mentality. They crave of the Hollywood royalty kind of thing. Glamour and all of that. Okay, the finished product, the glam light. This is what they want. But they don't know the work that all these actors and celebrities put behind their craft to have the finished product that we all see. They don't see that. They don't get that. Okay, now that Harry himself had put in the work, like for instance, I need to put that clip again, where Meghan was introducing Harry to the Netherlands INVICTUS, where Meghan said something like, I'll put the clip. Okay, he works many late nights and to put the games for these people. Let's put the clip here.
It is my distinguished honor to introduce someone that I think you'll all be very excited to hear from. He has also spent many late nights and early mornings planning for these games to make them as perfect as possible for each of you. I could not love and respect him more, and I know that all of you feel the same, because he is your fellow veteran, having served 2 tours of duty in Afghanistan and 10 years of military service. He's the founder of the INVICTUS Games and the father to our 2 little ones, Archie and Lily. Please welcome my incredible husband, Prince Harry of the Duke of Sussex.
Okay, Harry have put in the work to be in that position, to be recognized. So what are the royals who's already been at the top since birth? What other work have they done? So Hollywood could see them as one of their own as well, but instead they're chasing the glam light without any work. And then when they see people, they look down upon them, and then they want people to turn like a freaking robot. Oh my goodness. Okay, that might be what the media feel like, because they lost their click money for the next couple of months, but I'm sure the palace don't feel like that. They didn't like Harry and Meghan taking the attention and overshadowing the others. Yeah, I mean, they were just doing the work, and then the tabloid in the UK, they know that. They want them to be mad so they could create stories out of their madness. Harry understood how the game is played, but the royal family, the heir and the sovereign right now, they don't understand that. Oh my lord, these people really forget that their mistreatment of the Sussexes is what drove them away. What if they treated them with some respect, especially Meghan? They didn't see the shortage. They got jealous of the Sussexes' star power. They were short-sighted. Now they are crying. Okay, they know exactly why Harry and Meghan left, and it has nothing to do with the work. These guys just keep dancing around the facts. Yeah. Remember, all this is for the history book as well. Okay, unbelievable. The amount of daily abuse and humiliation Harry and Meghan endured when they were working royal is unforgettable and unforgivable. Now watch how the people who abuse Harry and Meghan are now begging. All right, that's their problem. After this, that's it. Let me read bottom up. Begging is begging. Even with all the, what is it? Fafufu? What the hell is that? Okay, they are questioning why Harry and Meghan felt the need to compete with Wank. The only competition has come from the royal family and the media. They are suggesting that Harry and Meghan left because they didn't want to compete. Such a bullock. I know. They left because of the media harassment. Okay, yep, it was never about Harry and Meghan feeling second best. Ever since they tore into Australia and that balcony scene, they knew what we all knew. It was all about them and their star power. They were going to change everything and actually bring the Commonwealth together. Now it crumbles. That's their problem now. So the people who torture him his entire life, there's the thing here, has no idea why he will not want to be free. Okay then. I'm telling you, there's something wrong over there. There's a possibility they truly don't understand what they have done to Harry and Meghan. And this is why sometimes I said, because these people, their head, their skull is like a freaking rock. They only know their things, and the common sense, the sensibility, understanding other people's pain, they do not see that. So in order for them to see it, they have to go through it. Alright, next tweet. Okay, they're also desperate. There's the laugh. If he was showing any worries when he arrived, then it was for his sick child at home and not for people who hurt him and his wife and refused to apologize. Body language expert Judy Dane. What? Judy James. Prince Harry worried about Princess Kate and King Charles, but remains. What the hell? Where? How the hell do they know what he thinks? Did he say a damn thing about any of that? Prince Harry was inducted into the Legend of Aviation Award last night with the Duke of Sussex looking anxious and, oh my god, and worried as he arrived at the event without Meghan Markle. Oh, they make it. Why didn't they show the picture of the other one where Harry was coming in the back door? I think they're making that reference from that, but not from this picture here. But when you look at Harry walking in, it's because, you know, he has to surveying his surrounding, okay, because he was looking anxious and worried when step out of the car. According to her, that was because worried about KKK and King Charles. The British media and the BL are really trying. I don't see a trace of worry in this warm face of the Duke of Sussex. Sam. Okay, that's an ad. Wow. Was this Harry worried and silent look about Pa and Kate? If so, he hiding his worry extremely well. Okay, extremely well. He looks so worried, extremely worried. Princess Diana told that Harry will have all the fun. Oh, well, for people like that. Okay, I send a prayer. There was a nonsense Devendra that says something here. I answer her with that. So I just block her after I responded. Next tweet. Yeah, the UK, there's something wrong. Me seeing all these accounts with the Instagram reel posts I screen recorded. Oh well, I guess the Sussex squad needed me after all. I think I responded. I was like, thank you. She's the one who did on my other channel, our part of Pure Service, where you see all the clips. She's the one who put them together for us. Okay? Just for clarification, some of you ain't nice to me, but I'm cool. Life must be hard on a burner when I lag at night. That service. There's me here. We appreciate your journalism skill. Joe, perhaps you could teach a thing or two to those useless UK journalists who stalk our account and turn what we write into an article. Okay, I'm not on TikTok, so yes, thank you. There's me tagging her. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. I thought that was really funny. She's like, okay, Sussex squad, I did this for you, but some of you don't like me. Next one. Alright, so there's this headline. I went over it already, but let's see. Hoops guess they then proofread before hitting the send button. Proves that they write is just a bunch of lies. They can't even get it right whether or not Meghan was there or wasn't there. Okay, so I went over this already. Alright, so they changed one part, but the others they leave it as if both Harry and Meghan were there, but it was only Harry. Okay, did I read some of this comment? This is an ad. Okay, they write their lies in advance. This time they forgot to rectify their lies before printing. Exactly. I wanted to see Meghan, but it is stories like this that makes me want to celebrate. She didn't pitch. Okay, so there's that. Same here. Next tweet. I remember when I first started looking into the Sussexes, and I looked when I realized where the problem was, the media, and I looked deeper into it, and I was like, oh, that was at the beginning of Meghan's lawsuit. I remember looking into that. It's on this channel, PYTE. And I was like, oh, they probably have their headlines already prepared in their file cabinet. Depending on what event is happening, they go in their file cabinet and pull one out. Alright, so that's exactly what just happened here. It's in one of my old videos. Look at my early videos. Alright, the leftovers on Spy Isle are like boiled over, salted and overcooked chicken with only the white meat bitter, stringy and hard to swallow. I love this for that aisle. The way she described them. Okay, I can tell you how much I love that. Okay, me too. They were all waiting for Meghan and got nothing. Swear down. Today was a good day. Okay, so that's that. Let's go to the next tweet. I'm almost done. That's good because I want to run through that. Hopefully I finish edit all of them today. Next tweet. Spite Isle threw away the gems for leads and now write about stuff of pure fantasy of woe me. There's the laugh. Okay, the freedom-seeking Sussexes seemingly living their best lives. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have gone with no wish to come back. I can tell you how much I love this. So there's the look at this, like a robot. That's all. They want people to stand in robots, like robots. When you look at, for instance, even when celebrities, there's a show going on, they're meeting them. You see them. They make the celebrities line up like a freaking robot, but yet they want to associate with them. I don't know. The whole left by the Sussexes has just been mercilessly exposed. When was that? January 20th, 2024. Yesterday. 7-minute read. Okay, on Friday night, the Princess of Wales slept in a London hospital bed days into her recovery from abdominal surgery that will see her laid up for weeks. Some of these stories are on RPU Team Sussex. Okay, the King at Syndrome was awaiting corrective surgery for his own, no doubt suffering the inevitable worry that such diagnosis brings. In Beverly Hills, the Duke of Sussex took to the stage to accept an award for being a legend of aviation. This is why, okay, I'm sorry, I could be 1,000,000% wrong. Really don't think, maybe, I don't know. They create this story so they could have something to write and associate and make Harry look bad for going to the award show, okay? Something he accomplished. Whew. Okay, joining the ranks of his fellow legend, among them John Travolta, Harrison Ford, Elon Musk, Buzz Aldrin, Tom Cruise. He wore black tie. Okay, members put out of action. On the other, the freedom-seeking Sussexes seemingly living their best life. Hey, Princess Diana told you guys.
All right, Harry will have all the fun then. No, it's all right. No.
The comparison is stark and, to royal watchers, irresistible how different it could all have been. A few short years ago, the king had 2 sons in Britain ready and able to pick up the slack, while the world now knows Harry perceived them as permanently heirs and spares. Royal watchers considered them brothers in arms. What the hell? The one who backstabbed him? Who pushed him in the dog bowl? And don't tell his wife about that. Harry wasn't supposed to have his own life. Meanwhile, throughout Harry's life, he was willing to be the spare to William, but William never appreciated him. But as soon as William passed on his stupidity into his wife, that's when Harry said enough is enough. Jesus Christ. Then William, I think there was a headline that says that William says he can put his arm around his brother all his life. He can do it no more, something like that. So what are they talking about? They forget all about that? Are they trying to rewrite history here? Okay, and many other things as well. Okay, in this parallel universe, this will have been the moment for Prince Harry to do what he did best, getting stuck into work, charming the public, raising the spirit. Perhaps he will be sending his brother and sister-in-law WhatsApp message. He doesn't have to do a damn thing. Harry's not a doctor. They both backstab him. Okay, Harry had welcomed Kate into the royal family, but instead of seeing compassion, you have 2 people who want spotlight. That's William and Kate. Okay, Kate married into the royal family. Harry welcomed her. Kate grew up outside of the institution. She should know common sense, compassion, understanding. Even everybody should know that. But for her situation, she should have known better. When the husband is doing stupid things, she should have at least be voice of reason to William and said, don't do that. Okay, or at least, because I don't know, it seems like women in that family don't have a say, but at least don't participate and say, if you're gonna bash your brother, I don't want to be part of it. Okay, but instead she participate, and then I don't know, okay, just read spare. All right, so Harry doesn't have to do a damn thing. And the worst thing is, none of the left behind royals, they don't see that they did anything wrong. This is a huge problem. They do not see that they did anything wrong. So they should roam around the world freely, do whatever they want to anybody. And then when the other person retaliate, now they call him foul. Okay? So even though Harry didn't retaliate, he just picked up his family and said, you could have all the spotlight. Let me move my family to safety. and yet they want him to call and apologize when the others never seem to know that they have apologized. Look at this. The coronation, for instance. What did they do to Harry? Okay, they didn't even want to see him. What did they do? They make Princess Anne put a hat with a feather on it so they could black him, so he doesn't need to be seen. So the disrespectful is beyond pettiness. It's not even childish behavior anymore. Okay, Harry doesn't have to do a damn thing. Alright, I went off a little bit. After all, he once described Kate Middleton as the sister I'd never had and always wanted. That was before. Okay, now that he sees her true color, he wants to distance himself from her. Okay, they don't Harry and William don't have sisters. So for Harry, he took Kate Anne as a sister, which they didn't have any sister. William could have done the same thing, but instead, he rejected her. So what the F? My goodness. This is the stuff of pure fantasy at this point. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have gone with no wish to come back. They have expressed no regret about their decision, okay? The reason I say okay is because Harry had said it in one of those docuseries. He has no regret. He actually wished he could have done it much sooner.
And I have no regrets. It's incredibly sad, but I have no regrets at all because now I'm in a place where I feel as though I should have been 4 years ago.
They have expressed no regret about their decision to pursue financial freedom in California. The idea of playing an eternal supporting role in the royal family was one of their frustration. No, it's not one of their frustration. Meghan gave up everything, okay? Everything, the life she knew, okay? Move her stuff. They actually owe her. They owe her. She moved her entire stuff to the UK. And then for her to be treated like that, and then what she had to do is move back, they owe her all of the money for transporting her stuff back and forth. They owe her. And then they never stop. Okay, the idea of playing the eternal supporting role in the royal family was one of their frustration. Nah, they wasn't frustrated about the supporting role. She was willing to work for them.
Try and have as much impact for all the things that we care about as much as possible.
I am very excited about that, yeah.
And Meghan, given your acting and the profile you had, you'd already been involved in various causes, you've been an ambassador for UN Women. What about this new role? I mean, you're going to have a bigger platform, a bigger voice. What do you want to do with it?
I mean, I think what's been really exciting as we talk about the transition of this out of my career but into the role is that, as you said, the causes that have been very important to me I can focus even more energy on, because very early out of the gate I think you realize once you have access or a voice that people are willing to listen to, with that comes a lot of responsibility, which I take seriously. And at the same time, I think in these beginning few months and now being boots on the ground in the UK, I'm excited to just really get to know more about the different communities here, smaller organizations who are working on the same causes that I've always been passionate about under this umbrella. And also being able to go around to the Commonwealth. I think it's just the beginning of a...
There's a lot to do.
Really?
There's a lot to do.
I mean, I think that knowing that I've just been here for 3 months, right? And in that amount of time, but with that said, for me, it's very important to, once you hit the ground running, even if you're doing it quietly behind the scenes, which is what I've focused my energy on thus far.
Okay, it's the royal family who rejected it, because the nonsense that they had in their head, the royal family that is, they thought the biggest, just because they're blood royal, they were the biggest thing that ever happened. But their stupidity, their barbaric behavior toward Meghan rejected them. Now they're crying foul, and the idea of playing an eternal supporting role, I think this is why Meghan left. No. Okay, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have gone with no wish to come back. They have expressed no regret about their decision to pursue financial freedom in California. The idea of playing an eternal supportive role in the royal family was one of their frustration. No, that's false. Okay, quote, I was the shadow, the support, the plan B, Harry wrote in his memoir Spare, with unconcealed bitterness. I was brought into the world in case something happened to Willie. I was summoned to provide backup, distraction, diversion, and if necessary, a spare part, kidney perhaps. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much, he accepts his role. Okay, it barely needs to be repeated that those rooting for Princes William and Harry to reconcile anytime soon will once again be sorely disappointed. It is not even known whether the Sussexes were made aware of the king's condition before the public, let alone the princess. He doesn't give a shit. They don't. I mean, he probably does. I don't want to speak for him, but why was it Kate? I believe they say it was like December 28th. She was at the hospital, but they made it public leading to his award, and then weeks. Should I say days before his award, then his father? Okay, so whatever. And let's not forget as well, Harry grew up in the institution. He knows how they play the game. Alright, Prince William has guarded his family privacy fiercely and currently has no contact with his brother. Okay, we can understand why. Both are said in a new book about Charles III to have been wary of Harry using family information for his own end. He talked about his experience. If Charles, like I was saying, I think it was in this video, if anybody who is alive now that Harry had mentioned in the spare, there's the court system. Okay, call him in court. Not secondhand, whoever this author is. You don't know shit. If Charles has any problem, he could call Harry to court. Okay, and we'll risk him taking notes for his forthcoming book after the death of Queen Elizabeth II. His experience, okay? You can't contradict somebody's experience. Oh my God, let me pause this. In a way, Harry has taken the media scrutiny of William, giving him a lot of leeway to frolic with no one investigating what he does with his free time. The British media is conveniently obsessed with what Harry is doing every minute of the day. Meanwhile, William frolics. Yup, there's that here. Freedom to fly on freedom wing. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. There's that here. That was okay. After this, that's it. Let's look at the picture. There he is here. There's him giving this speech. There's him with John Travolta. And there's him receiving his award. Okay, so let's go to the next tweet. Oh my goodness, these people are ridiculous. Alright, so there's this here. Let's pause. The carnival of so-called experts are trying to rewrite history by claiming Harry and Meghan left because they didn't want to be second to William and Kate. Not true. The Sussexes accepted their role. Thank you. Yes, but left because of unfair racist treatment from the British media and lack of support from the British royal family. That's exactly that. Okay, like I was saying, look at this. During the coronation, Harry showed up. They tried to humiliate him. Every time he stepped in the UK, they tried to humiliate him. Okay, these people are the reason they had to leave the UK. Deal with it. There they are here. Resident racist. Yeah, that's it. It's funny. We didn't hear much about Camilla. I wonder what she's doing in the background as well. Okay, learn to be done, not mad. Not bothered, just done. Protect your peace at all costs. Exactly. And I think he was at the aviation award as well. Okay, still with the lies every day. I wish the Pinocchio thing was real. Their noses will be dragging on the pavement for miles. They will be in bed and their noses will be in the kitchen. Okay, if they didn't like to make loud unnecessary noises with their BS, maybe they could have gotten away with this, but Salty Fantasy Island was so effing loud with all of their BS, no one can miss that. Queen Elizabeth II funeral was a perfect reminder why they left, because royal voters pick up where they left off. Racism. Okay, I fix the spelling here. Where, not were. Actually, it was William and Kate who couldn't handle being second in popularity to Harry and Meghan. Okay. After this, that's it. Okay. After this, that's it. People are telling William, don't worry, period. Okay, let's read bottom up, because once I go in this and come back out, I'm probably gonna lose where I am and I have to search for it. Okay, they'll not be able to rewrite history. Some of us have been here since the beginning of Harry and Meghan, have witnessed everything from harassment to the horrible abuse, and have kept receipts which can be pulled out if need arises. Those people never saw the Sussex squad coming. That's for sure. Okay, me. It's funny when I start seeing the nonsense and I was like, what the hell? Let me see who else is talking about it. And that's when I unlock my Twitter account that has been there since 2009. And I think it was 2020 or 2021. I think 2020. And I decided it could be 2019. Okay, I went on Twitter. Okay, what gives me a chuckle is when they claim Meghan wanted to be queen. Oh, they said that too? Okay, she knew who she was marrying, and she also knew he wasn't going to be king, so how did she want to be queen? And that's why she took poor, hapless Harry from his family. I think to myself, what the F? Alright, so let's go into this. Okay, and after this, that's it. There's some comment into it. Okay, people are telling William, don't worry, period. Your influence will grow and Harry's will fade. It will be natural for Harry and Kate to feel somewhat overshadowed. Quote, the danger to royal family is that Meghan is going to be bigger than Diana. Let's see here. There's the eye looking here. Setting up a separate office was an acknowledgement that William will be king and Harry will not. And to a degree, a means of reassuring William that he is the constitutionally important role. I don't know why he doesn't focus on that. Okay, whatever the public esteem in which Harry and Meghan are held, that's the Times link, but it's a screenshot. I can click on it. People are telling William, don't worry, your influence will grow and Harry will fade. A source said, this is peak Harry. After a year in which Harry and Meghan have hardly been off the front pages, it would be natural for William and Kate to feel somewhat overshadowed. This sense of embattlement has been entrenched by William's decision to reach out to senior figure in the media and by the apparent decision of those same newspapers to side with the palace over Harry and Meghan by peddling the most negative coverage of the Duchess's relationship with her father. They're all a baggage for God. Okay, God, do your thing. Okay, the palace official wondering how to handle the couple, there was another figure who loomed large when you think of young women using a royal platform for global charitable crusading, Harry's own mother. The danger to them is that Meghan is going to be bigger than Diana. Okay, and this is where they always make the mistake. This is where they make their mistake. They got away with Princess Diana, may she rest in peace, but now we know the blueprint has been set. Okay, like I've said in I did 3 videos yesterday, each are in different channels. And one of them I said something, Princess Diana, all she did since she married into the royal family, she was setting blueprints like a map for her kids. Okay, there was one for William, as she does her thing unknowingly. Okay, as she does her thing, she's setting examples, blueprint, things that they could copy from her experience. The difference between the two here, Harry understood his role and grabbed part of the blueprint Princess Diana left for him, but unfortunately William did not, along with his wife. For example, Princess Diana had issues with her speech. She got coach to help her and all of that. There's videos and all of that. For Kate, who has issues with speech, all she needed to do is hire someone come to her comfort of her home to help her with her speech and be a little bit more confident. She chased, okay, let's not forget that. She chased for that spotlight. She chased to be in that position. She got it, but she doesn't know what to do with it. Meghan, on the other hand, who was doing that way before, okay, she went to the school where Diana had visited, and then for some reason, some weird, magical or inspiring connection, Harry was able to connect with her, and she knows how to do speech, she knows how to do charitable work, she knows how to do all of that. I'm saying all of this is because it is a fact. It's not like I know how to do these things myself. I'm not into all of this. Okay, I'm just telling you what I see. So Harry was able to captivate and capture the moment and see what Meghan is for herself. Okay, what he saw with his own 2 eyes, and then decided, this is my word now, I'm not letting this woman go, and then quickly put the ring on it. All right, so all of this, William could do all of that. He has a throne awaits him, and they have money at their disposal. They could hire anybody to help, but instead what they do, they spend the people's money, the taxpayers' money, on sabotaging Harry, when in fact, instead of trying to fix themselves. This is the thing, they don't see that they do anything wrong. And this is why I say, in order for them to understand it, they have to experience it. All right. People have moved from containment to harnessing Harry and Meghan. There's been a reset. They sent them down to Frogmore to try to keep them out of the limelight for a bit. This is doomed to fail. They are worried that Harry and Meghan are going to establish a totally separate enterprise. The thing that they were afraid of, this is the thing. Harry and Meghan had no vision for all of this. Their focus was to do charitable work to help the institution. But what they were afraid of literally create the path for Harry and Meghan. Okay? So when Harry and Meghan realized that I'm trying to help you, but you don't want to accept my help and you're threatening my family, so I need to take them out of here. So with that, what they're afraid for Harry, what Harry was going to do when he was in the UK, when that was not even part of their thinking at all, now they're creating it. And this is what they should be afraid of now. Okay? But we've got, like I've said in other videos, it's like they're setting the path for Harry. Okay? I've said it in many different other instances. All right? They pretend they're afraid of one thing, even for Harry's wife. Okay? Harry have dated a lot of other women before Meghan. Okay? He was looking to settle down at some point, but preventing him from doing certain things, they scared these women away, and now they push him to be with Meghan. Okay? And now that Meghan was born in a different country, and from preventing and harassing and threatening the lives of Harry's family, so now Meghan and Harry moved to America. And now they're creating the enterprise that they were afraid that Harry will do in the UK. Alright, so all this is the UK, the tabloid, or maybe William. Okay, William's fault. I guess we have to thank him for that, because he was afraid of that, and that was not Harry's intention. But now that he has to survive on his own, he has to make a living. Now he's creating an enterprise. So that's that. Okay, she already is bigger just with social media. I so wish we had social media when Diana was alive. Yep. Okay, and so it came to pass. And the other thing is, this is what, Camilla chose Diana for Charles, thinking Diana was a dummy or they could manipulate her. But meanwhile, Princess Diana did what needs to be done, because knowing how the institution is, she had to record some of her thing. Alright, so they can dispute that. Even her son, William, tried to dispute it, but what came out of her mouth is undisputable. Alright, next to it. And then to see the behavior of the brother, the one who called the mother paranoid, okay, and then to disregard his mother's own word, he's purely garbage. Alright, next to it. Came across that below, pointing down here. Daily Fair Caroline Graham went to the Living Legend of Aviation Award so that she could write a nasty piece calling people like Oscar winner Morgan Freeman, John Travolta, Jeff Bezos, etc. D-list. What? John Travolta and Morgan Freeman? A D-list? Oh my goodness. I don't see Morgan Freeman have done a movie lately. Maybe he did, but his voice alone, okay, is one of those radio voice. Morgan Freeman. Okay, this vainglorious gala felt like the popping of Harry's bubble, but it was hard not to feel just a smidgen of sympathy for him. Caroline Graham recalled her night at the tacky Living Legend of Aviation Award in Los Angeles. These people are sick. That's sad. Giving such a distinctive D-list gathering, no wonder the audience was abuzz as they await for their guest of honor to arrive, although his faded royal status, stardust, will not be enough to save the deeply unimpressive night. Oh my goodness. I feel sorry for them. Okay, she didn't go there with good intention. That's it. Yeah, with good intentions, clearly. Thank God Meghan Markle wasn't there. Probably the reason she really went there. How the F did she get in? Oh, I just found out the tickets were for sale. Okay, why did she go then? Meghan Markle. I wonder if she traveled all the way to California and paid the $30,000 for the pleasure of being there. Who is the fool if she did? Translation: It was an impressive night, but I'm paid to write crap and trash Harry, full stop. Otherwise, I don't get paid. Alright, article like this are the UK people who believe in everything the media writes, and it's also to deny to themselves that they lost the plot and that Harry is fine and thriving without the royal family. Yep. I doubt if this dodgy reporter actually attended. It's the Daily Fail after all. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. I have 2 more for this video. And then I need to do another one that has 4 tweets. Alright, next tweet. Oh well. Okay, quote. On one side of the Atlantic, a royal family which could have done with a bit of luck after a rough few years, but has instead seen 3 of its key members put out of action. On the other, the freedom-seeking Sussexes seemingly living their best life. End quote. Alright, did I read that already? The Sussexes' vanishing act had exposed the weakness of the slimmed-down monarchy. With Kate and King in hospital, the royal family could do with a helping hand and some stardust, but it won't be coming from California. They sound as if Harry is the only member of the royal family that left for those 2. But you have a whole bunch of other family. Okay, on one side of the Atlantic, a royal family which could have done with a bit of luck after a rough few years, but has instead seen 3 of its key members put out of action. Which 3 keys? I thought it was only 2. It was Charles and Kate. Who's the other one? On the other hand, the freedom-seeking Sussexes seemingly living their best lives. Okay, they told you, it's not a surprise. They're not working royals. Okay, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have gone with no wish to come back. They have expressed no regret about their decision to pursue financial freedom in California. The idea of playing an eternal supporting role in the royal family was one of their frustration. No, it's not true. Okay, I read this already. Okay, hilarious how they miss them, their work and their hugely successful tour, the boredom of the current royals, the dream of what could have been, and finally the realization that it's much better on the outside. Read for yourself. Let's see here. Oh, okay, okay, so I carve it. I'll leave the link in the description. Okay, how the Sussexes vanishing act exposed. Okay, so I'll just leave that in the description for you guys. Okay, I don't want to read that long one. I want to finish. Okay, yes. Weren't they mocking Harry for not being on the balcony? That's another thing too. Good morning, everyone. Hannah is also lying about the reason they left. Not that it matters at this point. Okay, is reality starting to drown on this clown? Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. I think there's more comment, but let's move on. I'm almost an hour for this video. Next one. There's this here. I'm hoping that Harry will one day use John Travolta as a hairinspo. Okay, so there's hair. But I don't know. He was old with full hair before. So is that a decision that he made to just shave it all? Alright, so there's that here. He's looking at John Travolta head. Okay, John Travolta, Prince Harry. There's that here. It's not going to happen till Lily is about 5 or 6. Those ginger hair may not hold on till then. There's that here. He should put this on his Pinterest board. Right, there's a laugh here. I'm so happy John let go of the wigs. Oh, he was wearing wigs and hair pieces. Maybe Ben Affleck will follow suit one day. Okay, is Ben losing his hair too? Okay, I don't know. Because I remember when I first saw, which one did I see? This one. I didn't think it was real, you know. And I was like, no, they put a picture of him, I guess when he was receiving his award for the aviation. That was a couple of years ago. And I thought when I was doing the recording yesterday, I thought that was recent being over there. But apparently it was an old one. And I was making the distinction. I saw him dancing with his daughter. He was bald-headed. So where did the hair come from? Alright, so that's that. Let's do a prayer. Where is the prayer here? Oh, it's not there. Okay, prayer for, let's say, gratitude. And let's say, and safety. If something come out. Okay, show my gratitude. You have given me family and friends who bless me every day with kind words and action. They lift me up in ways that keep my eyes focused on you and make my spirit soar. Also, thank you, Lord, for keeping me safe. You protect me from those things that seem to haunt others. Okay, so I think let's stay with that. So that is it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. And please check our Port of Pure service, our Pure Team Sussex, and subscribe to all of them, because with this event that just went on with Living Legend of Aviation, I've distinguished those tweets into different videos, into different channels. When Harry was receiving his award is on our Port of Pure service. That's the charity channel. I try to keep it somewhat light-hearted, a little bit more happier. And this channel and the other one, our Pure Team Sussex, are more for gossip. And this, so if you are a Sussex fan, I would suggest you check, subscribe to all three channels. If you want to, you don't have to. Alright, so that is it. Now I'm gonna do another video for our Pure Team Sussex, and I only have 4 tweets to share on that channel. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for watching.